I left my kid's dad because we were not in love. He also has a girlfriend who spends time with my child, who I've never met, who has kids. I don't even know her last name, but I don't care because I just want his dad to be happy, right? Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm heartbroken.
She left him because she wasn't happy, but now she is crying because he moved on. Maybe she thought he wouldn't be able to find another person, or maybe her plans didn't work out as expected, and it seems like she wants him back.
When my girls were young, I got a divorce, and I was actually chatting with a girlfriend about the experience last night and my regrets of not being able to give my girls that stable, perfect family life that everybody dreams about. And there were a lot of things I did wrong. But one of the things I did right was I manned up and I got my shit together and I worked my tail off and I dedicated my life to those girls and moved them from country to country until we found our stability. We spent a lot of time with my friends, both male and female, people that I trusted, people that I wanted them to look up to. And most of them are still in their lives today. While I know they probably felt pain and maybe still do feel pain over their parents no longer being together, I hope that those dance parties in the living room, the walks to school, the solo trips together, the opening gifts on their birthday, specially picked out for them by mom, them watching me work and be independent and struggle and do all the things that moms need to do in order to survive. I hope all of those experiences far outweigh any pain that they may have felt.
No amount of solo trips will replace the presence of their father. They will still have that void, and this is something that should be considered.
To all those single moms out there, remember that your strength and your tenacity will far outweigh any pain that may linger in regards to your failed relationship. You've totally got this.
Here's why women regret divorce more than men. Financially speaking, women's lives get worse after the divorce, while men's get better.
When it comes to finances after the divorce, I am not sure if she got it right. She talks so highly of herself, but everything she said she did for her kids is what fathers do, and do it without complaint or need for recognition. No fathers on here bragging about being an average adult and being independent and putting their kids first in their lives, because we understand it's part of life. No, it doesn't. We have child and spouse support. We are always broke. My wife could suddenly afford to start going to an esthetician and taking trips more often, while I had to use credit cards to support myself after child support was taken from my paychecks. Some decrease in her standard of living. What she's describing is an elaborate attempt to deny them time with their father. This situation is an example of why people should think carefully before making long-term decisions based on short-term feelings. People tend to overlook the fact that the best environment for children is often one where they are raised in a healthy family union with both parents. All these factors need to be carefully considered before deciding to leave a relationship. Unless there was a serious issue in their relationship, choosing to leave might not have been the best decision because they ended up facing unnecessary hardships. In this case, they didn't have stability and relied on others for support, which could have all been avoided if she had been willing to work things out with their father. We could see that many of the difficulties they faced likely stemmed from her initial choice to separate from their father, which added instability to their lives. At least she can learn from this experience and perhaps make more thoughtful decisions in the future. This is the most interesting part of this video.
Survive. I hope all of those experiences far outweigh any pain that they may have felt.
This is where she got it wrong. If she expects gifts to fill the void left by not having their father, then she is mistaken. What her kids needed most was their father's involvement. No amount of holidays will ever make up for that absence, and this is something she should accept. Even from her facial expression, it's clear that she knows deep down that her children would rather have their father around instead of those experiences. While she may have thought these gestures could somehow compensate, the truth is that a father's presence and guidance hold a unique place in a child's life.
She left him because she wasn't happy, but now she is crying because he already moved on. Maybe she didn't know that she had a great man until he was with someone else.
I left my kid's dad because we were not in love. We were not intimate. We were hardly even friends. We were just coexisting. And I knew that in the long run, it would be better for my child if he didn't see a fake relationship in his own home, you know. He also has a girlfriend who spends time with my child, who I've never met, who has kids. I don't even know her last name, but I don't care because I just want his dad to be happy, right?
Her body language contradicts her statement. Her facial expression doesn't agree with what she said.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm heartbroken for my kid, and I don't know what to do.
1. You do care. 2. You just want him to be happy, but not without you. 3. You're full of regret. You had a better guy than you thought. She ain't heartbroken for the kid. She dumped him and it backfired because he found someone else. She is heartbroken because her game didn't work the way she wanted. Lying to herself so hard because she didn't do the work to make her relationship with her ex work, or at least be properly over before she left. Another one who thought his world would fall apart when she broke up with him, and can't handle that he's doing just fine with someone else. Some women take themselves a little too seriously. She is mad and crying because he is finally happy. So she left him because things weren't working out, but now she's in tears because he moved on. But what exactly did she expect to happen after leaving him? It's natural that at some point he would move on with his life because things don't just freeze from the moment she leaves, and this is a reality she needs to come to terms with. Perhaps things didn't turn out the way she envisioned, or maybe Chad wasn't ready for the kind of commitment she wanted, which could explain why she is so focused on her ex's new life. It's becoming increasingly common in our generation, especially with social media and dating apps, creating a false sense of endless options, making people believe that their partners are easily replaceable simply because their DMs are filled with unread messages. But they often fail to realize that many of these so-called options aren't as real or viable as they seem. The attention they receive online rarely translates into meaningful real-life connections, and that's why many end up regretting leaving their partner after that realization.
I don't even know her last name, but I don't care because I just want his dad to be happy, right? Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm heartbroken.
This part of the video says it all. She definitely regrets her decision, and now she realized that she had a good man and lost him. Unfortunately, it's too late because he has already moved on and seems content in his new relationship. This outcome could have been avoided if she had been willing to work things out and appreciated her partner while they were still together, instead of only realizing his value after he found someone else. It's a common situation. People only come to value what they had when it's no longer in their possession, when it's already gone. Now the best thing she can do is focus on moving forward just like he did.
Next, we have a stay-at-home mom who believes that she is working harder than her partner.
How many hours do you work, Eric?
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week. And how many hours do you work at home?
Same. More. All day, all night.
Really? And then you woke up and realised you were dreaming, you mean?
I have done both. Working outside the home is way harder. You get home and still have to do laundry, clean the house, make dinner, etc. Oprah said, hardest job. Stay-at-home mothers. Notice how it's only hard for stay-at-home moms and not stay-at-home dads. That's crazy. I actually knew a guy who did exactly this, and the lady was sitting at home, whining she was working too hard, while he was putting in overtime so she didn't have to have a job. I want to see her timesheet and see what she does. You work in order to provide for your family. If you believe family is work, you messed up, kid. Most of us appreciate our partners when they are taking care of the family when possible. However, some women claim they do more than their partners, arguing that taking care of kids is harder than going to work. This is debatable because many women in the workforce would prefer to stay home and care for their families if they had the choice. Some have even experienced both sides and would gladly swap the pressures of office life for the responsibilities at home. In other situations, some believe their partner is being unfair by not helping out enough after coming home from work, insisting that staying at home is more exhausting than being in the workplace. This perspective often raises the question, how many hours are truly needed to manage everything at home? And during those hours, how much time is spent watching TV or scrolling through social media? This highlights that the pressure of a job outside might be different from those at home, so these factors should be considered. The best part is that there is another group of women who understand that we are a team, and they happily support their partners by doing their part without complaining or comparing.
The guy that I'm with now, my fiance, when I first met him, I never would have thought where we are now. So when you meet someone, I would say give it a while. He was so opposite of my type and so opposite of everything I ever went for, which I thought that's actually fine because whatever I was picking before, clearly I'm not a great picker. So I had to kind of step back and be like, okay, let me reroute here and maybe not go for what I used to associate with love, which is excitement and roller coaster and I just want exciting and that love that's painful and I don't live like that anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe your type isn't the type that's for you.
So she settled. This poor guy. I hope he doesn't see this. Translation. She went from the bad boys to the nice guy that was waiting in the friend zone. So he's not exciting. I feel for bro. This scenario is quite common in today's dating world, where modern women pursue Chad, who often has plenty of options. And when he shifts his attention to another group, they end up giving a chance to a nice guy, and later they will consider it to be settling. As she mentioned, her current partner wasn't someone she would have considered a few years ago, but now that her options have changed, he has become a possibility, but the idea of settling lingers, which can create dissatisfaction in the relationship. From her perspective, it's clear she believes her relationship could have been better, and I could imagine how her partner might feel after hearing her thoughts in the interview. Most of us want to believe that we are our partner's best choice, but unfortunately it's not her case. This revelation could significantly impact how he sees their relationship.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today's section is also very important, and it can be the eyes-opener most of us need. Most of us didn't strive for more or didn't achieve our goal because we told ourselves that we couldn't do it. We told ourselves that we were not capable, and this is something we need to change. Look at this image. While you are looking at it, I want you to think about the reason why you still didn't achieve what you wanted. Keep looking at it. I want you to think about the reason why you gave up on things you could push yourself further to accomplish. Who told you to stop? Who told you to stop trying? Who told you that you couldn't do it? Who told you that it's not possible? Who told you that you are not good enough to achieve that level of success? Who told you that the reason others achieved their goal is because they are lucky? And as you are not lucky, that was the reason you were not able to achieve yours. Who discouraged you? Who told you that it was the time to give up? The course you wanted to register for, who told you that it would be too hard to finish? The gym you want to start, who told you to leave it for later as currently you don't have enough time and energy to do it? Now look at the mirror and you will find the answer for it. I know most of us know the answers to those questions, and we know that we are the reason we didn't go as far as we could. We are the reason we are not pushing ourselves so we can live and achieve our goals. And this is something we must work on, as it can change the course of our lives. You are in control of it. Get yourself out of that box so you can see what is on the other side. There is more to this life. But in order for you to be able to discover it, you will have to take yourself out of that box and set yourself free. Give yourself the opportunities you deserve. You can do it. This is all for today's video, and we hope you like it.